What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm quite excited to share Zero-Kernal Panic method. So guys, if you remember, we had Hen 2.2.4 that came out and it was kind of more validated because Crono kind of jumped into the scene. So Crono is a good developer and he's been doing a lot of good work, and he actually released a Zero-Kernal Panic method. Now that sounds really interesting for a lot of people because I know a lot of people have been suffering with kernel panics. I mean, me personally too. And you know, there are a few set of instructions to be done, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But guys, I'm going to go and test this out for 10 attempts and I'm going to see how this turns out. But let me tell you, the results are going to be shocking you. Alasif has been the only one who had a DNS method, but so far we now have Crono, who released a DNS method and also a USB method. Now what is a USB method? There are a lot of countries that has the DNS blocked from Crono, so that's why he kind of released a USB method for countries like Philippines and so on and so forth. I don't know many of the countries that's having this issue, and I'm going to show you both of them step by step. So alright guys, let's go check this one out and let's see how well this performs, if there really is zero panics. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give my verdict and let you know if you should use this or not. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so as you can see here, you do have a list of information on what to do to avoid a kernel panic. It does have a lot of instructions over here, which I'm going to go ahead and explain to you in a more easier way. If you get the fault message, click OK. Don't just quit to the main menu directly. You have to click OK. And then you close the browser with the PS button, then you go to the main menu and then restart. That's how you avoid a kernel panic from happening. Not have any USB device connected. When you connect your PS4, wait for 1 or 2 minutes before opening the browser or DNS, which is also something that I've tested out in detail. But yeah, I'm going to make sure I put this down in a more easier, understandable method in the description, so go check it out. Okay? Alright, moving on. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and set up the DNS first. In order to do that, I'm going to go to my settings first and go to users guide, just to show you that it loads the PS4's default help page, as you can see. And I'm going to reset up my Wi-Fi. In order to do that, I'm going to go to my network settings, Wi-Fi, and I'm going to use custom because that's where you need to do the DNS. So I'm going to choose my hotspot, put in the password. Okay, IP address, automatic, do not specify. Now, this is where you choose manual. And in the primary DNS, make sure you go ahead and put in the DNS numbers, which I'll leave in the description as well, guys. So go ahead and fill that in. And you can leave the secondary DNS as it is. So moving on, click automatic, do not use, and you are golden. When you do a test connection, internet connection is going to fail. Not a problem. It's still going to work. As you can see, I'm going to go back out and I'm going to go ahead and search for Google on Google. So you're going to get Google search for Google. And as you can see, it works. Okay, so now that we have the DNS set up, let's go back into the settings and we're going to test out the user's guide. And there you go, guys. When you load it up, it's no longer the PS4's website, but now you have Crono's website loaded up. Check that out. So since the first time you open up the user's guide, it will go ahead and cache. So give it a few seconds, it's going to cache it up. And then now let's move on to the USB method. So guys, before you do the USB method, of course, I'm going to show you, I'm going to check into my user's guide. And as you can see, the Crono website still does work here. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go to my web browser and I'm going to delete the cookies and the website data in order to show you that it is now completely cleared out, right? And I'm going to reset up my internet the same way with the easy method, so there's no more DNS mentioned in. And now I'm going to go back to the user's guide, and as you can see, it still loads the PS4's website. So the next thing you need is this particular link over here. So you just go ahead and download this one. It's called applicationcache.rar. So once you download this, you're going to have the RAR file here, which is just about 3.2 MB. But then once you extract it, you're going to get this particular file. That's applicationcache.db, 497 MB, which is kind of impressive with the compression right there. Make sure you go ahead and get a USB drive, which should be formatted in ExFat or FAT32. Just leave it on the root of the USB drive and then you plug it into the PS4. Of course, I'm going to leave this link in the description. Alright guys, this is very important. So before you go ahead and do it, you'll have to make sure to delete the cookies and clear website data, or you will have a kernel panic. Next, you'll have to access Crono's cache USB website. Again, the link is going to be in the description. Once you cache this one, it is going to automatically jailbreak your PS4, and once the payload is injected, it should give you automatic messages saying the cache file is found on the USB, the one that you have plugged in. Okay, and there you go. It should say cache restore complete, which means it is now complete. Now you can go down to the user's menu and let it cache. So let's head on there. So previously we had the PS4 website coming up, and now let's go to user's guide. And guys, as you can see, Crono's website is now successfully loaded without the DNS. So this is the USB method. I will leave a little bit of a step-by-step guide in the description. Go check it out if you get confused anywhere. Alright, so now let's move on to the actual important part of this video, testing this one out with Zero-Kernal Panics. Let's go, guys. Okay guys, just to speed up the video, the first attempt, I'm going to go ahead and go step by step. But after that, I'm going to make sure I'm going to go through the rest of them real quickly until the 10th attempt. So instruction number 1, make sure you leave your PS4 idle once you start your PS4 before you access the exploit for at least a minute. And I did exactly that every single time. I even have a stopwatch running the background. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up in the screen so you guys can know I actually waited for 1 minute, just so you know. So after completing 1 minute, here we go, going to the user's guide, letting the exploit load up. I'm going to choose the automatic exploit. It's been pretty common for me to get the not enough system memory. Not a problem, ignore that, move on. Okay, so once the page loads up, it says automatically running auto jailbreak, wait. And guys, success, as you can see right there. Impressive on the first stop. I'm going to choose one of these hens. Apparently there's hen 3.00 that's out. Loading that up, and we're golden. Wow, that was pretty easy actually. Alright, so well, that was the first attempt, maybe we got lucky. So let's roll up the rest of the attempts, and I want to make this really quick, and let's put some music in the background too, shall we? Let's go, guys. Wow guys, there you go, you just saw that 10 times. Numbers don't lie guys, numbers don't lie. That is really impressive that it had 10 attempts, all time successful. Now, however, I had Kernel Panic twice, and let me explain why. Number 1 is this particular error message over here that you see if your jailbreak fails. So what you gotta do is you'll have to click OK first. Now, I did not click OK and see what happened. I pressed the PS button and went straight to home, then I tried to restart it, just like that. Boom. So back to the screen, whenever you see the screen, ensure to click OK first, because once you click OK, the process of jailbreaking actually ends. And only when it ends, you will not have a kernel panic henceforth. Then you can go and safely restart your PS4. If you exit without hitting the OK button, it will kernel panic. So the second time I had a kernel panic is when I was trying to do the USB caching. However, it's very important to clear the website data and the cookies before you try it. If you don't clear it up, guess what happens? Kaboom. Exactly. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. We tested it out with 10 different attempts and it has been really flawless, and then the only reasons that it actually does happen is what I mentioned. So guys, go ahead and check it out, and you do have all the different versions of hen in the same website when you have the DNS or the USB methods. So go check it out. Let me know how it works out for you. Anyway, if you really found that video helpful, go ahead and drop it a like, drop it a subscribe, and do drop me a comment. Let me know how it goes for you. And guys, I do have a host of other tutorials coming up and tutorials I've covered in the past, so go check them out as well, and I hope you enjoy my videos. You have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care guys, bye bye.